What's up, guys? Let's look at the price of Bitcoin. Finally we have some action here happening, and the main point is that we were in this sideways price action for a very long time, and we even had a potential break out to the upside, but it appeared to be a false one, and eventually we ended up with this triangular formation, kind of ascending triangle, and technically because of the previously existed rising trend, you would expect it to be broken to the upside with a higher chance. However, instead of that, after this breakout, which appeared to be a false one, we had another test of this resistance line and a massive sell-off, basically almost like 10% drop. Then what happened next, we had the pullback from here. It was a rejection, well, kind of this level of $9,000 held, and then we had the retest of this line, which was the bottom part of this triangle and was support before. Now it became resistance, so we had a rejection, a beautiful rejection from this area, and exactly drop after that happened. So what you would expect after this support and resistance flip. So moreover, this fake out was at the volume a little bit higher than the average one, but this drop was actually even on a higher volume, which is again a sort of a confirmation of the fact that we are having a true breakout here, not a false one. And this second leg to the downside also confirms that. I would say that on a daily time frame we also have another, like a few confirmation in terms of the moving averages. You see this 50 days moving average, price tried to pierce it, but then got rejected, so it held and then tested again, and then we broke lower this 50 days moving average. So somewhere at $8,200 we have 100 and 200 days moving averages as well. And yeah, if we will not be able to hold above 50 days moving average, then we are having a high chance to test those 50 and 100 days moving average. And yeah, those will be the support level, support area of the next echelon. But so far we have already quite of the bearish picture. Also Bollinger Bands, you see, again we dropped below the baseline of the Bollinger Bands on a daily time frame. We tested it, it also matched the this resistance line, and then we got a rejection and then dropped below. So we are below the daily Bollinger Bands baseline, which is quite of a bearish sign. So you see here I have this formation rectangular area here, and it is a kind of a area where we had a lot of price action, a lot of support and resistance tests, and finally we broke below that. So the thing is, as soon as we are below this zone, the most likely scenario to happen is that we'll continue to have this correction even lower, again maybe $8,000 or something like that. When we have the support from these moving averages, also we could actually drop much lower, at least below this low, to collect the liquidity for the long orders, which actually have stops probably somewhere at the area of this low and around level of $8,000. Or if it doesn't happen, then we are continuing to go sideways. So if the price returns to the area from maybe something like $9,350 to $9,900, then it is the sign that this actually might be just a correction for this rise, or maybe kind of a false breakout to the downside. Still, it is a possibility here, and then we might have a chance to go higher. Moreover, if you remember, I showed already this Wyckoff distribution schematic, and currently we are somewhere around here. Well, actually there are two options. We are either here or already here. I would say that because of the timeline, so here is the area which should be somehow longer than this one, like maybe twice longer. Currently we are still very short here, so we might need to have more time to consolidate at this point, and then we will make a little higher price, somewhere maybe $9,600, something like that, and then after that we only will make a drop. And the other option is that after this consolidation we will not make a lower high but a higher high, and after that if we will not hold above that, then there's a drop, right? So basically like 1, 2, 3 options. So what we need to do is we need to look at how the price reacts with those levels, where it stores, where it consolidates. So far it is quite bearish, but of course things may change at every point of time. Also, you probably noticed that we have the traditional markets dropped significantly recently. This is the daily time frame for the Nikkei Japanese stocks, and here we have a second massive red candle from today. German DAX is actually a little bit green, but still we have those 3 red candles here, also not that bullish at all. So I'm waiting for how the S&P will be open today. We'll see, maybe it will actually consolidate a little here and then will continue to drop. If not, then Bitcoin probably will follow as it did basically with the correlation with stocks. So again, to me, this looks pretty bearish, just my personal opinion as usual, guys, but if it happens to be not returning to this area, then yeah, we might see much lower price, and the priority is in taking shorts or just selling spot, in my opinion. But again, be careful, use your stops, and don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And that is it for today, guys. I hope that it was useful, and see you next video. Goodbye.